Puri. So on that note, my request is that our Satchitananda Prabhu, he has a lot of melodious pastime of Lord Jagannath. So my request will be, your request also, about Lord Nityanand. So could we ask him to say few leelas about Lord Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadra? Usually in Vrindavan, no one says Balram, says Dauji. So I request that Prabhu, please give us some, don't hide those things. You have those lot of melodies, so please share with everyone. And also, Sudevi Mataji requested about Lord Nityanand. So please say some leela about Lord Nityanand as well. But next time when we meet, we can have the only a whole program about Lord Nityanand. That we can do next time. Because we can go from starting at the appearance of the Lord Nityanand all the way up to the meeting of Nityanand with Mahaprabhu. All those very mellows, all those leelas are very loving leelas. So we need time for that, so we can do that next time. So in the meantime, Prabhuji, please.
Prabhu, you have a lot of deep love for the Lord.
No.
You should be.
I know. You have a lot of...
This topic about Lord Jagannath, I will maybe do some leela, special leelas that happen. It is mentioned in the Skand Puran and also in the Padma Puran. There are 3 different components of Lord Jagannath's leela. To the best of my recollection, I will try to share with all of you, because this is Rathyatra season. Just last weekend, we had our Toronto Rathyatra. Prior to that, we had the return Rathyatra and the Rathyatra actual on the Ashad from our Prabhuji here, Hare Prabhu. Please stand up, Prabhu. I would like to introduce you. Hare Prabhu is a very, very amazing personality who has so much love for Lord Jagannath. He has been organizing the Orissa Rathyatra for, this was the 10th year. And every year he has been organizing, and he is kind of, I would say, that is true, well, but you are the nimitta. And he's such an amazing devotee that it happens he does so much running around and so much seva that I have personally seen for the last 7 years. So I would also encourage all of you all to attend this Rathyatra. It is exactly the day as we do it in Jagganath Puri. And his Rathyatra is also, there's a return Rathyatra. As Prabhuji was saying, that Lord Jagannath comes back after about a week, after spending some time in the Gundicha Mandir, and then he comes back to the temple. So there are 2 Rathyatras, and then of course we have the Toronto Rathyatra. And now tomorrow we have the Detroit Rathyatra, correct? So this is Rathyatra season. Huh? What is Lord Jagannath? Why is his form like this? Many people have heard many different wonderful kathas. And so it is, we have to go, if we want, we can go a little bit deeper into Shastra. I'll go about half an hour, no more than that. So the Skand Puran and the Padma Puran mentions there are 3 different kinds of kathas of Lord Jagannath. So can I have everybody's attention, or everybody still ready? Yes. Thank you so much. So there are different mellows or rasas that one can have with the Supreme Lord. All of you all know that. What are they? There are 5. There are 5 different rasas. What are those? Quickly. Shantras, Dasyaras, Sakyaras, Vasyaras and Madhuryaras. These are 5 rasas or 5 relationships. These exist eternally in the spiritual world. And that is the reason these 5 rasas predominantly they exist here also. Bhagavad Gita and our Shastra says that whatever is there in the spiritual world, this material world is a perverted reflection. So we have these relationships. Shantras means somebody who just acknowledges somebody, just like you may have a neighbor staying down the street. You have no interaction. You just say hi, hello to him, or the person that you meet on the train or in the office elevator. Not much interaction, but you just acknowledge that these are wonderful people, and you say hello, good morning, or you say Hare Krishna, and that's it. So we have those relationships, don't we? Then we have another relationship of dasya ras, where either we are servants to somebody or somebody is subservient to us. We go to the office, we have a boss, and sometimes we are personally supervising a few people. So that dasya ras is there, or that mellow is there. The third rasa, or the sakhya ras, friends. We all have friends. I need not elaborate, right? And the fourth is, we all have parents, we all have uncles, aunts, etc. So the fourth ras is known as the vatsalya ras. And the fifth one is the madhurya ras, is the rasa of conjugal love, or the husband and wife relationship, or the beloved, the lover and the two lovers, that is called madhurya ras. Now all these rasas, they exist in the spiritual world. That is why they exist here. Everything, in the Bhagavatam, the first two words, and even in the Vedanta Sutta, the first two words are Janmadi Yasya. Janam means the creation, or the something that emanates. Yasya. Janma Adi. Adi means the everything coming from you, O Krishna. So all these mellows are also coming from Krishna. Now, it so happened that Krishna, you all know the Leela of Krishna, that Krishna was about 12 or 13 years old and left Vrindavan. Akrur came and took Krishna and Balram to Mathura. And what did he do in Mathura? In Mathura, the purpose was to kill his maternal uncle Kamsa. Once that was achieved, what did he do? He relieved his parents, Vasudeva and Devaki, and his grandfather from the jail, from the Karagra. And then he stayed, Krishna Balram stayed in Mathura. Now what happened in Mathura? Because Kamsa was killed, his father-in-law Jarasandha was very upset. He attacked Mathura 18 times. And Krishna and Balram defended Mathura and defeated Jarasandha 18 times. Now, whenever there is a situation of war, there is always anxiety. Doesn't matter which country wins, but there is always anxiety on both sides. So Krishna and Balram were thinking that there is so much anxiety from this in our Mathura Vasis. And again, Jarasandha may come back. 18 times he has come. What is the guarantee he won't come again? So they said, you know what? Just for my devotees, I'm going to build a very special city in the water. And he built Dwarka, and they transported the citizens of Mathura to Dwarka. And from then on, Krishna, along with the other devotees, stayed in Dwarka. And Krishna was known as Dwarka Desh. Krishna in Mathura was known as Mathuresh. Of course, and also known as Vasudeva. Vasudeva is the son of Vasudeva. That is Sanskrit. Va, when you do A, it becomes. Similarly, when, like for example, Janak Maharaj's daughter is known as Janaki, right? So Vasudeva, some people say Krishna's name Vasudeva. No, you're calling his father when you say Vasudeva. You have to say Vasudeva. Similarly, in our Prabhupada's Pranam Mantra, we say Namam Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Krishtaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhaktivedanta Namaste Saraswate Deve. It is not Saraswati. No. Saraswate, because he is the spiritual son of Saraswati Thakur. Saraswati Thakur is the Guru. Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur is the Guru of Srila Prabhupada. So he is known as Saraswati, the son, the spiritual son of Saraswati. That's Sanskrit grammar. So we have to be careful now that we know. Because most of us, we say Namaste Saraswati Devi. There is no goddess Saraswati in India. It is Saraswati. Anyways, so Krishna went to Dwarka, and in Dwarka, Krishna married how many times? 16,108 wives he had. And who were they were the 8 principal wives, like Rukmini, Satyabhama, Jambati, etc. So when Krishna was sleeping at night, he used to cry the names of Radha, cry the names of the Gopis, Lalita, Vishakha. He used to cry the name of the Gopas, Subal, Sudam, etc. He used to cry for Yashodama. He used to cry for Nanda Baba. He used to cry for Vrindavan. He used to cry for Govardhan. He used to even cry for his cows. Dhauli, Kali, Pishangi, Jamune. These are the different cows that Krishna had. And he used to cry for them. And sometimes when he was sleeping on the bed, he used to pull Rukmani's veil and saying, Radhe, hey Radhe. And he used to wet his pillow with his tears. And Rukmani would say, Prabhu, I'm not Radhe, I'm Rukmani. I'm not Radhe, I'm Rukmani. And they were all perplexed. And 16,108 wives means Krishna used to expand himself 16,108 times. Naradji saw that. Once Naradji was flying in Dwarka and he saw Krishna playing. He had 16,108 palaces and he had expanded himself into 16,108 Krishna, Dwarka, these personalities, and sometimes he was having prasadam, sometimes he was having fun with his own kids and grandkids. So like that. Actually it is said that Krishna had 10 grandkids from each wife and 1 daughter, 11 from each of the 16,000. And one of the most prominent ones of Krishna's grandson is Vajranath. Vajranath was one of the most prominent. He is the one actually who is responsible for all the Puratan deities that we take darshan today. For example, we take the darshan of Govindevji. Govindevji manifested to Rupa Goswami, but was originally installed by Vajranath. Madan Mohanji also, Gopinathji also, Srinathji, that was manifest to Madhavendra Puri a few hundred years ago in Govardhan. They were all installed by Krishna's grandson Vajranath. Even the Dwarkadish deity in Dwarka, which is over 5,000 years old. So that deity also was installed by Vajranath. So there Krishna is playing with his children, with his grandchildren. And similarly, Naraji saw that. So when he was sleeping with his other queens, he was doing the same thing. Oh Radhe, oh Radhe. He was calling about Vrindavan, Vrindavan. So the queens were a little distressed. Not little, I would say quite a lot. Imagine you are sleeping and your husband calls out the name of some other woman. How embarrassing that would be. You would be worried. So they were worried actually. And when they were worried, they were thinking to themselves, grand meeting, 16,108 wives. What is it in us that Krishna doesn't like? We are very good in cooking. We are very good in singing. We are very good at all the 64 colors. The 64 different, what we call is the arts. And they are experts. And we are also beautiful. We are not that we are not beautiful. We are very beautiful. So what is it that he finds in Vrindavan? And he talks about the Vrindavan Gopis in his sleep. And he's not only talking, but he's crying. What is it? So then, at that time, guess who appeared? Naradji. While they were discussing, Naradji appeared. And Naradji, we cannot find this answer. Can you give us this answer, please, hey, Dev Rishi? That what is the reason? We have all these 64 artistic qualities in us. And we are very beautiful in all respects. And even then, Krishna is thinking about some other women in Vrindavan and about other people in Vrindavan. What is so special? Maybe you should tell us. What's so special about Vrindavan? So Naradji said, the best person to ask this question would be Rohini Mata. Because Rohini Mata witnessed Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan. Because when Vasudeva and Devaki were in jail, Vasudeva had one more wife, which is, who is? Rohini. And Rohini was under the protection of Nanda Baba in Gokul. So since the time both these boys were born, both these lordships, Krishna and Balaram, they grew up in Gokul, Nandagram, Vrindavan, And Mother Rohini was there witnessing all these pastimes. So that is the best person. Yes. Let's call Mother Rohini. And they all called Mother Rohini, and they sat in the huge palace in the enclosed room in the special ladies' quarters and asked Mother Rohini, can you, Mother Rohini, tell us, we have a dilemma. And they repeated the same dilemma. At night, Krishna takes the name of the Gopis. He takes the name of Nanda Baba, Yashoda Mai, the Gopas. He talks about Vrindavan. He talks about Govardhan. He's talking about all these wonderful places that we have no idea. Can you tell us, please, because you are right there in Vrindavan, in Vraj. So Mother Rohini said, yes, Vraj is very special. There is no place like Vraj. It is so sweet. It is the sweetest of the sweetest. So he said, but before I tell you the pastimes of Vraj, she looks at Subhadra. Subhadra, Krishna's and Balram's sister, is also there. Subhadra, you have to stand guard at the door. And we're going to shut the doors and narrate these wonderful Vraj pastimes to you. And then you decide whether Vraj is very supremely sweet or not. But before I do that, the condition is, Subhadra Devi, you go outside the doors and make sure you guard. Because the moment Krishna and Balram, they come, they will go into ecstasy just talking about Vraj. And that will interrupt our katha of Vraj. So, therefore, I request you that you, behind closed doors, we will discuss and you stand guard. Now, Subhadra Devi did exactly as Rohini Mother said. She went outside and locked the doors from outside and sat by the door, making sure that following the instructions of Rukmini Mother Rukmini. Rohini. So now, Krishna and Balram are sitting in the main palace of Dwarka. It is called Sudharma Hall. That is the name of the hall. There are different halls, like when we go to even a banquet or a big 5-star hotel, there are so many different halls, right? So Dwarka was amazingly beautiful and amazingly, and the quality of Sudharma Hall was that as per the audience, it would expand. Let's say now, if I had 500 people come here, there is no way that I could accommodate those people. But if it was Krishna's Sudharma Hall, it would expand accordingly, according to the need. So Krishna and Balram are sitting there and they are listening to their daily routine of the king as duties with ministers, and different meetings are going on, and suddenly, as we all know, Krishna is also the Paramatma. So as soon as he realizes Mother Rohini is speaking about Vrindavan, he tells Balram, chalo, all meetings suspended, everything. We are going to hear Mother Rohini adjourn. Meeting adjourn. We are going to hear Mother Rohini. Let's go. Krishna and Balram, both the brothers, walk towards that big ladies' hall where Mother Rohini is narrating the sweet pastimes of Vrindavan. The moment they come, Subhadra Devi is alert. And as both the brothers say, what are you doing here, Subhadra? So they said, nothing, Bhaiya. Nothing. Just, why are you waiting outside? Oh, nothing, Bhaiya. Oh, there's something going on inside. Vrindavan. Yashoda, Maiya, Nanda Baba, I hear these names. Radhe, Vishakha, Lalita, I hear all these names. Mother Rohini is mentioning all these beautiful pastimes. And both the brothers said, we have to go inside. Subhadra said, no, you can't. I promised Mother Rohini. So, okay, if you want, we'll just stand outside. And they just sat down there, or they stood there, and they started hearing the pastimes of Vrindavan. Now, Vrindavan is so sweet that in this 20 minutes or half an hour, it is impossible to describe it. Neither do I have that qualification to speak about the highest sweetness of Vrindavan. But we all know it is considered the sweetest, Adhuram Madhuram. It is the sweetest of the sweetest. And the thing is that when Mother Rohini was speaking about these pastimes, or how Krishna was naughty, and the different leelas, right from the time when he appeared, from killing of Putna, to the different killing of the demons, Saktasur, Bakasur, Agasur, and then the beautiful leela of Damodar, leela how Krishna used to steal butter, and feed to the crows and the monkeys, and how Mother Yashoda tied him up, and how the Gopis would make him dance just for a little bit of butter, and how the Gopis were constantly waiting, when will Krishna come, when will Krishna come to steal my butter? And when we will tell Yashoda Ma these pastimes. Actually, the stealing of Krishna is also Madhura. We just sang that. It is so sweet that everybody is waiting. Internally, they are all waiting. When will Krishna come to my house and steal my butter? So that they can, and then they want that opportunity to complain to Yashoda Ma, the sweet pastimes of Krishna, but actually it is not complaining. It is because what Yashoda Mata missed out. They want to fill in the details. Like what is that verse in the Bhagavad Gita? Tushyanti cha, ramanti cha. Devotees like to discuss and they relish the pastimes. So, Mother Yashoda is also a devotee. And when whatever she is missing in the other Gopis' house, they come and say, Yashoda, Yashoda, tere lala ne aaj fir chori ki. So all the details, but actually this is what she was missing, that they are filling in the details. So all these wonderful sweet pastimes she is narrating. As the pastimes are being narrated, Krishna, Balram and even Subhadra Devi, they go into some kind of an Ashtasattvic Vikar. There are 8 different kinds of symptoms in one's body when there is a sort of a transcendental level one person reaches. So what are those? For example, the shivering of the body, Kampan. We sing the Mangalarti. What is that? Romancha Kampashru Taranga Bhajo Vande Guru Shri Chaitanya. When Gurudev or Guru Maharaj is absorbed in Gauranga Mahaprabhu's Kirtan, he goes into this kind of amazing transformation. Romancha, horripilation, standing of the hairs on one end. Kampan, he starts shivering. Ashru Taranga Bhaj, streams of rivers flow down on his cheeks, from his eyes, out of ecstasy. So when one reaches that ecstasy, there are 8 different transformations. And the 8 different transformations also include, as the ecstasy increases, eyes start widening, huge. And they start becoming like a statue. Hands and limbs start withdrawing inside like a tortoise. And they become like a statue. Like sometimes we see in our personal lives when there is a news that is what we call in English jaw dropping, rather. When somebody says something, have you not done that? And you become like a statue. So when they heard these sweet pastimes, they transformed themselves into such a level of transcendental mood that they became what we see today is the form of Lord Jagannath Baldev Subhadra. Now, when that happened, after the Vraj Leela was finished, Naraji also went into ecstasy after hearing Mother Rohini. And then when the doors finally opened, Krishna and Balram kind of came back to their normal posture, and they saw Naraji and they asked Naraji, what did you do, Naraji? It's something to do with you. Because it's always something with Naraji. Naraji is so special. She says, Prabhu, please forgive me. I see that, he's also Trikaldarshi, he can see that these forms, it was me who started this by asking the queens to ask them to hear the pastimes from Mother Rohini. Please forgive me, because I did not know that that would be a lot of pain for you as well, because what happens is when they are not in Vrindavan, there is a lot of separation. That is called Vipralamba Bhava. And that separation is burning the hearts of Krishna Balram. There's so much pain, so much burning that it is impossible to describe. So Naraji, I apologize, but Krishna says, no Naraji, you do not need to apologize. Actually, we had arranged this, that you would come and you would actually instigate the queens, and the queens in turn would hear the pastimes of Vrindavan through Mother Rohini's mom. As a matter of fact, I am indebted to you. Ask for a benediction. Ask for a benediction. and I will grant it to you. He was so happy. Vardhan Mango, Naradji. So Naradji being one of the topmost Vaishnavas, is he not? He is number 2 in our disciplic succession. We are called the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. So Brahmaji first gave initiation to Narad. Narad to Vyas, and then it came down to Mahaprabhu and to our Prabhupada, 32nd in line. And of course to all of us by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. So he asked, and what do you think he's going to ask? Similarly, another thing, when even Prahlad Maharaj was asked by Nrsimhadev, ask for a benediction. I'm very pleased with you. So what do you think he asked? Most of us generally, or especially those who are not on a very good level of Krishna consciousness, they will ask for Om Jaya Jagadish Hare Ghar Dhan Aave Ye Aave Wo Aave Sab Kuch De Mujhko Lamborghini Ferrari Bangla Ghoda Gadi De Mujhko Re Om Jaya Jagadish Hare. But pure devotees don't ask those things. Maharaj Prabhu. So, pure devotees,
they don't ask anything.
No, they do. You are right. They don't ask anything material like this. What Prahlad Maharaj said, that Prabhu, okay, if you are insisting, do me one favor, that my father was a rascal number 1, the king of rascals. This is Prabhupada has used those words. Or best of the demons. He was, please deliver him. See, the person who wanted to kill him so badly, he's saying, please give him liberation. He says, Prahlad, don't worry about that. 71 generations in the past and 71 to come. Or is it 17? Something to that extent. Okay, so at least minimum 17, maximum 71. Generations yet to come and generations in the past, they will all be delivered. So you still have to ask me something. This is already granted. So he said, okay, if you do want to give me something, I would like to serve my Gurudev, Naradji. Naradji is a very great personality. He is a Gurudev of Valmiki, Prahlad, Dhruv, Vyasdev, so many. Yes, most of them, these great personalities. So he said that I would like to serve my Guru Narad, and there are so many souls suffering in this material world. I want to preach Krishna consciousness to them. And he was a great preacher right from the age of 5 years. He was the preacher in school, right? So this is the service that I would like to do. So this is the Vaishnavas. This is what they ask. And Naradji said, if you want to give something, then here's what I want to ask you. This form that you had displayed outside, with wide eyes, hands retracted, and your legs and everything kind of shrunk into one piece, and your mouth wide open, that is the highest mood that you are in separation. Please try to understand this, is a very important principle. Love is of two kinds. When you are present with the person, in person, and there is love in separation. And the love in separation is considered very deep and very high, especially in our parampara. For example, Srila Gaur Kishodas Babaji Maharaj's Pranam Mantra. Nama, everybody say it. Nama Gaur Kishoraya Shakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambha Rasambodhe Vipralambha Prasambodhe Padam Bhojayate Namaha. So I offer my respectful obeisances to the personality known as Gaur Kishore, who is in an ocean in the mellow or the rasa of Vipralambha Bhav. Service in separation. Why do you think Prabhupada came here? He was in Golo, very well situated in the wonderful Chintamani Dham. But Krishna asked him to come here. Our Acharyas were asked to come here and suffer. 26 Second Avenue, New York, the Bowery, San Francisco, going through so much trouble. If you read Prabhupada's Lilamrit, before anybody reads any books, I highly recommend read Prabhupada's Lilamrit. That should be our Bible. Even before you start Bhagavad Gita or any other book. If you read that book, knowing our Vaishnava Acharyas is knowing Krishna. If we don't have love for Acharyas, everything else will be in a mood of, I would say, opulence or Aishwarya. But in order to know Krishna and to be an inner part of his inner circle, then you need to know and serve the inner circle of Krishna. And our Acharyas are all servitors of Srimati Radharani. They are all in the Manjari Bhav. So anyways, coming back to the main point, that Vipranamba Bhav, that Jagannath Ji, that Dwarkadish, that you experienced in the Madhurya Ras of Vrindavan, I saw that. I personally took darshan of that. So if you want to give me something, I request you that please, there is no form, no deity such as what I just saw. Can you manifest in this form in the earthly planet? So that when they take darshan of you in that form, the devotees will be reminded of the love that you have for Vrindavan. Haribol. That you will be reminded is very important principle. We go out for the Rathyatra. What are we seeing? We just pull the ropes and the essence of the Rathyatra is when we... Why is the lights dim? Who did that? Oh, you did it. Okay, that's fine. The essence of the Rathyatra and the essence of taking Lord Jagannath's darshan is what? Is that seeing that the Lord is so crazy about Vrindavan. That's the first thing that should come to the devotees' minds. Because that's what Naradji asked him to manifest that roop. That roop. So that the love of Vrindavan would be broadcast just in his mere glance. That is why it says Jagganath Swami Naina Patagami Bhavatu. So when Lord Jagannath glances at us, his glance is what? When we take this Rath and we pull it, what is the significance? That significance is that we are actually taking Dwarkadish, the opulent Krishna, to Vrindavan. The Vrajvasis are waiting. Yashoda Mai is crying. Nanda Baba is crying. The cows are crying. All the Sakhis are crying. Radha Rani's situation is so bad that it cannot be even described. Please come back, my dear Lord. Please. The Kadam trees are vacant. The Jamuna is not bouncing anymore. Even the dust in Vrindavan is quiet. There's a nice bhajan that they express. If you look at Uddhav, the samvad between Uddhav and the Gopis, there's a nice bhav. O chithiya le jare Uddhav जाके कहियो कन्हैया से विरह सहा नहीं जाए. Oh, virah, separation. We cannot tolerate it anymore. So please come back to Vrindavan. So when we are pulling the Rath, the significance is that we are taking him to Vrindavan and it is considered the topmost devotional service. Now, what is Shuddha Bhakti or Uttam Bhakti? In Narad Bhakti Sutra, Naradji, somebody asked Naradji, what is Uttam Bhakti? And even Rupa Goswami is mentioning, Anya Vilashita Shunya, Jnana Karma Anavritam, Anukulyena Krishna Anushilanam, Tad Bhakti Uttama. One should not have Anya Abhilasha. One should not have any material desires. Shunya, zero. Not even for Jnana and Karma. Some people say, those who read Bhagavad Gita, especially in India, work is worship. Do your karma. They talk about karma only, but Krishna talks not only about karma in Bhagavad Gita, but he gradually takes Arjuna to the level of pure bhakti. They forget, they go beyond that. They don't go beyond that. So, in this Leela, in this Shloka, it says, Anya Vilashita Shunya. What is topmost bhakti? One should not have any material desires, not even for jnana and karma. Then what should we do? Very nice. This one line. Anukulyana Krishna Anushilanam Tad Bhakti Uttama. Whatever is Krishna's desire, whatever satisfies Krishna, if we do those activities, that is considered Uttam Bhakti. Now, how is Rathyatra Uttam Bhakti? Krishna is burning in separation. The Vrajvasis are burning in separation. It is Krishna's desire to go to Vrindavan. And what we are doing? We are facilitating. When we facilitate Krishna's desire, we get Vraj Prema. We are facilitating him to go to Vrindavan. Just like somebody, when you are on a hot day, somebody gives you a nice cold glass of water or sherbet or some nice drink. This nice seva. You feel that this is what you were wanting and you did it. So it was Krishna's internal desire to go. Just like, that's our parampara, Gaudiya parampara. Rupa Goswami, what is his pranam mantra? Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. What does that mean? One who has understood, Rupa Goswami has understood Shri Chaitanya Manoabhishtam. Mana, actually not here. This is the English anatomy. Vedic anatomy is man is in the heart. Shri Chaitanya Manoabhishtam. Whatever the desire of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is, Rupa Goswami understood exactly. And Sthapitam Jena Bhutana, and he gave us all these wonderful scriptures and pure bhakti. As we see in Bhakti Rasam Sindhu and many other scriptures, that is taking us directly to the highest component of the 5 rasas, which is Madhurya Ras. That was the desire of Mahaprabhu. We sing Mangal Arati. What is that verse? After Sri Radhika Madhurya Rapara Madhurya Lila Guna Rapanamna Pratishana Swadana Lodupasya Vande Guru Shri Chaitanya. What is after that? Nikunja Yuno Rati Keli Siddhya Yaya Ali Bhir Yukti Apekshaniya Tatra Ati Daksha Ati Vallabhasya Vande Guru Shri Chaitanya. What does that verse mean? It's a very deep subject. I just get inspired and I just get carried away. Here it means that basically the pure Acharya, he knows exactly Tatra Ati Daksha. They know exactly what Radha and Krishna want. So similarly, the devotees are knowing Krishna wants to go, Dwarkadish wants to go to Vrindavan, let's take him there. And when you facilitate that, we also get rubbed off with Vraj Bhumi Prem. Rathyatra is just not a procession. It is just not a festival of India. It is a part of one of the festivals in India, but this festival will take you to the highest. Anyone who has even touched the rope of Lord Jagannath, anybody, especially, has even, they say, taken darshan in Jagganath Puri, the flag, or anyone who has not even been to Jagganath Puri, but they even desire within their hearts to go to Lord Jagannath, they are liberated. Even if they say, I want to go to Jagganath Puri, and for some reason they have not been able to go, just by that thought, they get liberated. So, this is the significance of Rathyatra. There are 2 other components, and then of course, how the deities manifested. They manifested through the second part in the Skand and Puranas, that it's about King Indrajumna. King Indrajumna was a great Rajrishi. He used to rule a place called Avantikapuri, which is today is known as Ujjain. In there were so many Vaishnavas that used to come, and he used to make a very special arrangements for all the Vaishnavas to come. And when they travel, so one group of devotees, they came from a very far away place, and they were called what they call is the Adivasis in Hindi, if we want to call that. Like, what's the right word for it in English?
Native.
Huh? Stories of Neel Madhav. And King Indrajumna was always searching for the Neel Madhav deity. And when he was in his palace, the guards told the minister that, hey, I'm listening to some conversation about Neel Madhav. in the courtyard. Please tell King Indrajumna about it. And King Indrajumna was immediately informed, and King Indrajumna left everything and he ran to find those devotees. But when he came back, they were already gone. King Indrajumna felt heartbroken. And he said, find them please. This party you go east. This party go west. This party go all the 4 directions. And he entrusted one of the great Brahmana's sons. His name is Vidyapati. You go east and try to find out. And come back in 3 months. Don't come back before that. Try your utmost hardest to find my Nilmadhav deity. They left, and after 3 months, the parties that went north, south and west, they came back. But Vidyapati did not come back. Vidyapati did not come back. He was still out there. While he was searching, he came across a great ocean. And on the banks of that ocean, there was a settlement. And he was tired. He went to that settlement and he saw that there is a village and there's people there. And he knocked on the door of one of the huts there. And one beautiful young girl opened the door and said that I am just a stranger here. I'm visiting and I'm just, trying to get some shelter. And I'm actually searching for something. So she said, my father is not here. Can you wait? So this girl's name was Lalita. Can you wait? So he waited patiently, then the father came. And when the father came, father's name was Vishwavasu. So Vishwavasu, when he came, there was an extremely out of the world beautiful fragrance permeating around him. And when he saw that there was a Brahman standing outside his door, he said, please come in, my dear Brahman. How can I serve you? And they served him prasadam, etc. And then he told his daughter, please take care of them. It is our duty to take care of the Brahmanas. Go Brahman Hitaya Cha, Jaggannatha Krishna, Govinda. So she took good care. And then he was staying there a few days. Every morning, this Vishwavasu used to go out and come back in the evening, and every time he came back, this fragrance was permeating. Beautiful fragrance coming from. And then he was wondering what is happening, and then he asked the daughter, where is your father going all day? So she said, I cannot tell you. I cannot tell you. I'm tight-lipped because my father said I can't. So he was like suspecting that maybe it is Nil Madhav that Vishwavasu is worshipping. So then, after some time, he decided to stay continuously. Lalita and this Brahman, Vidyapati, they kind of fell in love. Although Vidyapati was married, he was married in Ujjain, in Avantika Puri. But at that time, you could have more than one wife. So, after seeing, the father said, it's better you get married, both of you. This is a good Brahman. So you get married. So they got married. Now after getting married, Vidyapati told his newlywed wife, Lalita, now I am your husband. You cannot hide anything from me. Tell me where is your father going every day. So she said that I cannot tell you. Well, then you are not chaste if you don't tell me. So she said, okay, I'll have to ask my father. Hopefully he'll allow me to tell you. She went to the father and father said that, father said, I can't reveal the secret, you know that. Even though he's your husband, I cannot. So then, the two biggest weapons that women have is crying. When that doesn't work, the next thing they say is, if you don't give me this, I will commit suicide. So if you don't let me tell my husband, I will commit suicide. So the father melted and says, okay, fine. I will take him, but I will take him to the Nil Madhav deities, but I will blindfold him. So he takes him the next day, blindfolds him, takes him on a bullock cart, and lo and behold, after a couple hours, they're in a nice beautiful jungle with a nice sarovar, a nice pond, and there's a beautiful temple of Nil Madhav there. And just by taking that darshan, Vidyapati was awesome. Father-in-law said, wait here, take darshan, I'm going to go to the jungle, bring tulsi, flowers, and there was a very special musk that he used to get with the kasturi, that was the smell that he was getting to apply to Lord Nil Madhav. Now while Vidyapati was waiting and taking darshan, now darshan is kind of in the open. There's a pond there and the deities are right there in a little structure or a garbhagraha. The pond is right there, and Vidyapati, while waiting, he saw that there was one crow on the branch. When the crow was sleeping and he suddenly fell, it lost his balance and fell in that pond. When it fell in the pond, immediately what happened right in front of his eyes, Vishnuduts came and that crow was turned into his eternal form and he flew back to Vaikuntha. Now he said, wow, this is great. This is, my life is useless too. So he started climbing the tree and was just about to jump. And immediately Nil Madhav gave him a sound. Vidyapati, don't do this. You have a lot of seva to do. First of all, you have to inform my great devotee King Indrajumna about that you found me. Secondly, don't worry, you are already liberated, not only you, but your many generations, they will all be liberated. You have a lot of service to do. So then Vidyapati gets down from the tree, goes back home that evening, and then he desires to go again, but he doesn't know the way. So then his wife is smart, Lalita, he says, tomorrow when my father takes you blindfolded, I will give you some mustard seeds, you put it in your pocket. It is the rainy season. And as the bullock cart is moving in the jungle, you can throw the mustard seeds. And after a few days, nice yellow flowers will come out and you will find the way. So she fills his pocket with mustard seeds. Vidyapati sets off. The same routine, nice, worshipping. They come back in the evening. Then he desires to go back. He tells that, look, I have to go back. It's been over 6 months now. And I have to go back to Jagganath Puri. But then father-in-law is very upset. If you go back, you're going to tell everybody about Nil Madhav. And then I'm afraid that if the Nil Madhav finds out, he will disappear. So he imprisoned him at home. So same story. Lalita, his daughter, started crying. And again, father didn't budge. Then he says, Father, if you don't, I'm going to kill myself. So then father said, okay, reluctantly go. But prior to that, he was so much in anxiety that evening, Nil Madhav came in his dreams and said, don't worry. I have accepted so much seva from you. Now it is the chance for my devotee King Indrajumna to accept seva from him. And eventually you will come to me. So with a very sad heart, he kind of agreed. Vidyapati goes back. When he meets King Indrajumna, King Indrajumna's eyes glow. He knew that because he didn't come back in 3 months, he knew there was some good news. So he says, yes, Maharaj, I found Nil Madhav. Nil Madhav, Hari Bol. And he says, right now, all of us are going. So he creates the entire army or whatever, the soldiers and his paraphernalia, and he starts marching towards Mahambode's Tire. Kadakaruchir Nila Shikhare. We sing Jagannath Ashtakam. That Maha-Ambode means the great ocean. There, Tire means the banks. And by the mountain. There, that's the place. So they set out there. They go there. But lo and behold, everything is gone. By Lord Jagannath's, by Nil Madhav's Leela, Yogmaya, everything disappears. King Indrajumna is very upset. He's so upset that he wants to now, he sits down and says, I'm going to fast unto death. I'm going to give up my wife because I'm useless. Nil Madhav doesn't want service from me. Then, Nil Madhav again, there's an Akashvani. He says, Indrajumna, don't worry. You do one thing. I will appear very soon. You build a big temple for me, nice temple. And very soon I will appear. I will appear in the form of Daru Brahman. Daru means not Daru. In Bangla, Daru means wood. Unless koi sochega Daru. Daru in Bangla means wood. So, I will appear very soon in a place known as Baki Mohan. That is in Orissa. On that same ocean where it is connected to Jagganath Puri. But you build a nice temple. So King Indrajumna is very happy and he builds a very lavish temple. Amazingly beautiful temple of stone. And he's already ready and he's waiting. And then the news came. There was a huge log floating in the water, and it had the symbols of Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. Even today, when they call the Shabaris, right? Those people are called the Adivasis? Shabar. They go out. They're special. They come from generations. Every 12 years, Lord Jagannath is carved from that special wood. And only they know when they go out to see in the jungle which one they need to pick to carve out Lord Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadra. It's amazing. And it is said that around those trees there are lots of snakes. Very dangerous. Because Ananta Sesh always stays next to Krishna. He doesn't leave the side of Krishna. Association, very important. Anyways, so when they pick up the Lord, the ministers and the entire entourage, they had gone. And actually Lord Nil Maharaj said, you bring a golden chariot for me. They bring a golden chariot, and when they try to pick up the wood, nobody can pick it up. Thousands and thousands of them they tried. And then Indrajumna king was given this instruction that you, and along with, at that time, your father-in-law, Vishwavashu, and Lalita, they will also appear. Thousands and thousands of years have already passed, but at that moment they will come. And you three can actually very easily lift it. And so they go into the water and they lift it like a toy. And they put it on the Ratha. And they take it to the palace. Now, what about a form? So then he asked his different sculptors and artists, can you make a nice form of the Supreme Lord? And they tried to put their chisel to it and they would break. The hammers would break. It was so solid, that wood. So then, one very old man came. Now it is said there are two versions of this katha. One they say is Vishwakarma. The other one is actually Lord Jagannath himself, who comes as name is Maharana. That is given in the Padma Purana. So Maharana, he comes and he tells the king, let me try, I will make it for you. But my condition is that I will stay behind closed doors, and for 21 days nobody will bother me. Nobody will open these doors. No disturbance. When we go to the hotel, there is signs that do not disturb. Please clean my room. Bar laga diya, do not disturb. So he goes inside and then he is sculpting nicely. King Indrajumna is pacing around every day and he's hearing the noise. And suddenly, after 2 weeks, the noise stops. Silence. That teep, 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 teep stops. So then he was worried. Then he told his wife. Actually, his wife's name is Mother Gundicha. Gundicha Mother. That is why the temple is known as Gundicha. So Gundicha Devi says, oh my dear king, we have a problem. That is a very old man. Something must have happened to him. He is a Brahmin. And if you don't go inside and don't save him, supposing something he's still alive or something, and if he dies, then we will have Brahmatya on our heads. So the king said, but we can't, we promised. That's up to you then. If he dies, then it will be on your head. It will be on our head. It will be a big part. So then King Indrajumna orders, open the doors. As soon as they open the doors, there's nobody inside except 4 personalities. What are those 4 personalities? Sudarshan Chakra, Lord Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadra. Sudarshan is very important. Talking about Sudarshan, what does Sudarshan mean? Su means wonderful. Darshan means the darshan. So before taking the darshan of Lord Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, one must pray to Sudarshan. That give me the eyes so that I can take proper darshan. That is the proper etiquette. Sudarshan is worshipped first, even in Rathyatra. When they do the Pahandi. Pahandi means when they take the lordships from the temple to the Rath. First Sudarshan is brought. Arti of Sudarshan is done. And when Sudarshan gives us the eyes, Sudarshan, then at that time we can have the proper darshan and proper protocol. So Sudarshan, there is an unfinished form of some deity with big eyes, like and a face with no ears, no nose or anything like that, no hands. The hands are like stubs, no feet. So King Indra said, oh alas, I think this is, and then again, Nil Madhav says, this is what I had desired, this is what I promised Narad, that I will appear in this form. And then he narrates this history that is there about Vraj Leela. And he mentions that, he says, this, anybody who takes darshan of this form will be very much blessed with Madhurya Ras in Vraj Leela. So that is the beauty. And then of course the temple is established. There's a longer story in between, but I kind of compressed it due to the time. But now here one last question before I end. What is it? That question was asked. We still haven't already answered the question, but besides the sweet pastimes of Vrindavan that Krishna is so crazy about, what is it that they are lacking? Or rather, what is it that they don't have, the queens of Dwarka, in comparison to Vraj?
Love in separation.
No, they love too.
In separation.
Love in separation, yes. Huh? Yes, very, very good. And the answer that our Rasik Acharyas give,
Parkiya.
no, Parkiya is there, no doubt. Our answer that our Acharyas give is that Krishna had married 16,108 wives. He had children, 10 boys, 1 girl. So, Rukmini, for example, had 12 personalities to take care of. So her love was divided into 12, including Krishna. Please try to understand this, very important. Including Krishna. Unka jo prem tha wo badh jab, just like for example in our practical life, first husband and wife are alone. When the child comes, first child comes in the house, then obviously the mother's time or that wife's time is divided. The second child comes, then again it gets more divided, because naturally that affection gets divided. The time gets divided. So in Vraj, the Gopis also have husbands. They also have their respective children. They also have their family. But the difference is they have undivided love for Krishna. Anytime Krishna's flute plays, even in the middle of the night, Krishna even tells them in the Ras Leela, in the Pancharasa Adhyay, that aren't you, before the Gopi Geet, said, don't you know the social norm, the etiquette? In the middle of the night, you're meeting a bachelor boy like me, that too, not in the house, not in the palace, in a jungle, in a secluded place. Aren't you worried? Huh? What will the people say? Go back. Before they wake up or before they find out. Go back. They said, Krishna, we have given ourselves to you 100%. We know nothing but you. So, although they have their families, although they have everything, 100% dedication. And that is the bhav that we should have over Gaudiya Acharyas. We also have families. We also have a job. We have so many duties. But how many of us are 100% dedicated to Krishna? We are also divided. Sometimes we say, there is a program, come to the temple, come to the festival. Oh, but I have to take my kids for karate. Oh, but I have to take them for football. Oh, I have this. Oh, I have to go this. Ananya bhav that is there in the Gopis. That is why Krishna hankers after that love. That is why Krishna hankers after that. Krishna tells the Gopis that I cannot pay you back. I cannot pay you back. Let your own glories be your compensation. Jayatite adhikam janmana vraja shweta indira sashwadatrahi daita drisyatam dikshukavasa. So beautiful. He says, you have already killed us with your sidelong glances, Krishna. Neha kim vada. Is it not murder? You have already killed us. Now do as you please. And that is the mood of Mahaprabhu. In Sistashtakam, the last verse. Ashrishyapadartam pinashtumam darshanam marmaharto karotuva yatha tatha pudo bhad prananathasayavana. Whether you kick me, you embrace me. I'm going to be there. So Krishna, whether you go away to Dwarka for 113 years, they're still yours. Tell Uddhav that. Uddhav is telling, tell Krishna that. No matter what he does. And that is why Krishna is eternally hankering for the love of the Gopis and Vrindavan. So that is the vow. So when we pull the Rath, When we take the darshan of Lord Jagannath, we have to see, oh Jagannath, we see Vraj Prem in your eyes. That is the mood that we should have. Oh Jagannath, let me take you to Vrindavan. Chalo, chalo, right now. Let's go. Let's go to Vrindavan. Oh Jagannath, let's go. I know you want to go there. Let me be the instrument to take you there. So Krishna is very pleased. Anukulena Krishna Anushinam Tat Bhakti. Hare Krishna. Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharaj ki. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.